Hello and welcome to Manga 96, and today we're going to talk about Toaru Majutsu no Indeks. Today's topic will be the saint of the Amakusa Church, a badass magic swordswoman who tries to behave like a Yamato Nadeshiko. However, she's easily persuaded to cosplay by a certain Siskon sergeant to get Toma's attention, and one of her dearest friends is a washing machine. I'm of course talking about the saint of the Far East, Kanzaki Kaori. In this video, I will cover Kanzaki's personality, her past, her abilities, and some of her notable relationships. But before we start, here's the spoiler warning. I will be spoiling a lot of things in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I would highly recommend that you go and read the light novel, as it is an enjoyable read. For everyone else, let's start with who the saint of the Far East is. Kanzaki Kaori was originally a magician affiliated with the Amakusa-style remix of church. She rejected them and eventually joined Neserios, where she met Indeks and Style Magnus and became friends with them. She is also a saint and is currently one of the most formidable magicians in the series. Though she rejected the Amakusa Christians, she still feels a sort of longing for them and eventually returns to them. They are now part of Neserios, to become their leader once again. Due to the events in her life as the Supreme Pontiff and later as a friend of Indeks, she turned into a cold and tactrum woman, always serious and not in the mood for jokes, the proverbial Ice Queen. During the fight for Indeks, Toma asked why she didn't kill him, and the answer is not that she won't, but she can't. This extends to divine beings such as Archangel Gabriel. Despite the danger he posed to the world, Kanzaki could only distract him and hope for Toma to end the angel fall, as she could never kill Gabriel. Her personality gradually changes, as with all the members of Necessarius that have met Toma, showing a kinder side to herself and others after Toma saves Indeks and helps to confront her past with the Amakusa-style remix of church. Feeling more comfortable and grateful to Toma, becoming more prone to showing emotions and sometimes showing a little embarrassment with other people. Having awkward interaction from her trying to thank Toma for saving the members of the Amakusa-style church on various occasions, and Tsuchimikado attempts to encourage Kanzaki into various cosplay gear for Toma. Outside combat situation, she pursues the behavior of a Yamato Nadeshiko, where her manner of speech and demeanor when serious resembles that of a samurai. She has also been described as innocent when it comes to sexuality, and this is further supported by the fact that she can't really understand most of Tsuchimikado's make it up to Toma daring suggestions. Due to her demeanor and long time of residence, she is usually referred to as the representative of Necessarius dorm when one is needed. By the statement of Yamato Nadeshiko, it should be pointed out that the phrase is a Japanese term meaning personification of an ideal Japanese woman. She has been shown as being able to calm herself down by putting together a tower of tiles and then breaking them with a karate chop while she is regaining her serenity. This is even played out comically as Kanzaki pulls out the tiles seemingly from nowhere. So far, the only character that has stressed her enough so that she is forced to use that soothing method has been Tsuchimikado. Furthermore, as an apparent attribute of magicians, she is very weak with machines as shown when Academy City sends a washing machine which she complains about. This later leads into a comical situation where the washing machine goes haywire after Kanzaki punched in random buttons after putting one of her pieces of cloth into it without proper judgment. In other opportunity, she displays standard tears of happiness when the washing machine finally works perfectly as instructed, even going as far as hugging the object. This later leads to a running gag with the washing machine when Necessarius had to abandon their dorms and only take with them what was essential. Kanzaki noted that her most prized material possessions were her pet tropical fish and her friend, a certain washing machine. She made absolutely sure that those two items would be saved even in that dire situation. Sometimes Kanzaki can be also a hypocrite. She was angry at Aqua of the Bag for using their full powers of a saint to attack an innocent high school student because of his duties, even though she did the same thing herself in the first time she met the said student. As for her past, she was tremendously blessed as a child. She was born as a saint and was chosen to be the supreme pontiff of the Amakusa-style remix of church since birth. She has an uncanny ability to succeed in no matter what she does, though she realizes that when something fortunate happens to her, something unfortunate happens to the others in turn. Where those people who are unfortunate still admire her regardlessly, and through that Kanzaki became disillusionized with her sect, blaming herself for their misfortune. This led her to despise the concept of luck and fortune, as her fortune in turn only brings misery to those around her from what she can see. As it has been mentioned in the novels, she no longer wants to see innocent people rushing to protect her, dying in the process, and saying with their last breath that it is alright as long as she is fine. 3 years before the start of the series, Kanzaki defected from the Amakusa Church to the Angelic Church and became a part of the Church of Necessary Evil. There she meets Tsuchimikado, who teaches her proper English as well as Styles and Indeks, where they become good friends. She is later told by the church that Indeks needs her memories erased once a year since her mind has been overloaded by too much information, since she only has 15% of the brain left for the rest of its functions. Having found out no way to have Indeks preserve her memories, she opted to take pictures of them together one last time. Both Kanzaki and Styles are later persuaded by Laura to erase Indeks' memory, weeping by her side and giving her the picture that they took in memory of the time they spent together. Even then, both of them tried to create new memories with Indeks, but later grew wary of the process of trying to make new memories with her and the fact that Indeks was often pained when she realized that she would forget them again. Because of this, they gave up and allowed Indeks to believe that they were enemies of hers and were after the grimoires. As for her abilities, her magic name is Salvare 000, be the salvation of those who cannot be saved. Unlike her partner Styles, she uses magic to magically strengthen her body and is proficient in non-magical combat. Her ability has been stated to be within one of the 10 best magicians in London. As a magician who immigrated to England and transferred to the Angelic Church, Kanzaki has knowledge of both Western and Eastern magic styles. Basically, in a fight with her, she can overwhelm the enemy from 360 degrees, the wires, the magic from the wires, and then herself. Other skills in the Amakusa style include excluding civilians from being involved from magician's combat, like Styles' Opila, runs and enhance water to heal all external wounds and scars. She mentioned that they can even enhance food as to give it a healing effect that will be applied just by eating. She has the power of the stigma, which is an ability to call upon God's power as a saint, who has bodily characteristics similar to the Son of God. She's endowed with superhuman capabilities. Kanzaki uses this in combination with the Amakusa style to perform magic that can stand up to Christian angels. Her Amakusa style combat is a style where she uses the spells of an organization that belonged to the Kakure Krishna, who were persecuted during the Edo period in Japan. Due to their use of Shinto and Buddhism as a front for their Christian church, they ended up constructing a unique style that fused those religions to the point of it being unclear what parts are camouflage and what parts are real. Kanzaki could use Christian, Buddhist and Shinto magic. Of course, that also means she can use each separate type of magic power that is the source of their spells and switch them for the best outcome of the situation. Breaker of God is basically a magic mode which Kanzaki can enter by regulating her breathing and requires from her Nodachi to use it, while in this mode her abilities will increase tremendously to the point where her performance can only be described as superhuman. Her blood vessels, muscles, nerves, organs and bones all obtain the ability of the God Breaker under the spell. This spell puts great strain on her, and during her fight with Gabriel, she forced to use Batujutsu style to conserve her energy. As for her relationship with Indeks, they were close friends before Indeks had her memories erased. After Indeks had her memories erased, Kanzaki tried to make more memories with her again, but after a while she gave up and making more memories with Indeks and allowed her to think that they were enemies. Even though Indeks no longer remembers her, she is still very important to Kanzaki. As for her relationship with Toma, Toma is someone that Kanzaki feels a lot of debt to. This started after he saved Indeks, something Kanzaki was unable to do. Then he helped out the Amakusas and she felt her debt to him continued to grow. She was once persuaded by Tsuchimikado to try and pay off her debt to Toma by wearing a fallen angel arrow-made costume for him. It is unknown what exactly happened, but when they saw each other again, Toma could only call her the fallen angel arrow-made, which made her angry. This led to some people believing that she is in love with him, although whether or not she is has yet to be seen. As a side effect, she became overly conscious towards him. When he disappeared after World War III, she showed signs of depression about living in a world where he was not around. She would sometimes think about all Toma has done and what he said to her when they first met about protecting people. Her relationship with Toma is viewed with curiosity by others. Saji said that he declined Knights leaders inviting Kanzaki to a ball after he visited the Amakusa Christian living quarters in London. He said, "You can go home, our priestess likes to lead a young man rather than being led by an older gentleman." According to Ursula, it has now become a rumor that spread across half of London that Kanzaki has a crush on Kamijo Toma, which from their various interactions between the two led to many people thinking that Kanzaki has a crush on him. Even people like Laura make fun of her using this rumor on at least one occasion. As for her relationship with Tsuchimikado Motoharu, Motoharu is one who gets under her skin. Kanzaki shows definite concern towards Motoharu in his self-destructive magic use in the Angel Fall arc, stating to Toma that Kanzaki is too kind and that if he were to use this method, I will definitely be bestowed by her, she's just like that. Motoharu never let her know that he was the one who cast the red spell to destroy Toma's house, giving her the illusion of being completely in Toma's debt for saving her life. He later encouraged her to wear the fallen angel arrow-made costume to tease her. With this, I covered everything that I wanted to cover on Kanzaki Kaori. And that will be all for this video. If you like this video, leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below or subscribe to the channel for more manga reviews and One Piece content. And until next time, take care.